lost my train of thought a little bit there, but one of the things is that this feels like more of a world that you live in.
It's not just there.
Yeah.
You're part of it, but you're not the main feature. You know, you're not the core of the entire universe, kind of thing.
I don't think she's okay.
But yeah. So it's a world that you inhabit and you live in, but you're not like the center of the entire universe, kind of thing, right?
Yeah. All these games, especially Skyrim's guilty of this too. They make you feel, they want you to feel like the main thing, so it's like an epic story about you, which makes sense lore-wise, because you're the Dragonborn. Of course, things would revolve around you. Like, why wouldn't they? You're just like fabled thing, but the fact that so many people download mods to make themselves not the Dragonborn and not have the story revolve around them really goes to show that it's not something that the game developers should always intend on.
It's like you know, not only the Dragonborn, but you're also like the listener. And
Yeah,
also, you know,
you're
all these other.
the Whisperer, you know.
Right, yeah.
Or whatever. Or like you're like, oh God, how will I ever figure out this puzzle? Snake dolphin.
That's kind of painful stuff, right? Yeah.
Which
you're not the...
is funny. I was stuck forever on this when I first played through this section because I was like, how do I figure it out? And I didn't really have internet back then, and I never looked over here at all. Basically, I didn't look over here. I was like, how are you supposed to do that? So we never really got past this part of the game because we couldn't figure out. We were young, like we were pretty young, but
you know, how were we, like, maybe, you know, between 8 and 10, something like that, when this thing first came out?
Yeah. And it was a crazy how much I expect. Like, I was still able to play through a lot of this, but why do some of these skeevers take more hits than the people?
I think were they actually hostile to you to begin with because you have that mod on? Or
No, but I don't like those stupid little rats. Get away!
They do that weird noise every now and then. Yeah. Irritating.
Irritating. So die.
Level 4.
Here comes the big Spido. I wonder if it has different combat.
That was really nasty. In this,
I can't even hit it. Oh, it poisoned me. Ouch. Have fun. It's not taking any damage, so I assume it's not going well for him.
I mean, he keeps using the freaking dagger, right? He's got a bow and arrow, and he's like, I'll just use this, it's fine.
I'm the archer guy, but whatever. Yeah, God, that is not taking any damage. Whoa!
Well,
it has the ability to knock him down too.
Because it's a frostbite spider. I mean, like, do they have immunity to frost or resistance at least?
Maybe.
Oh, I was gonna say. Hey,
that's whoa! Look at that.
Oh
shit! Oh!
Oh!
Oh! That creeps me out. Look at this thing. This is definitely not normal. That is weird. Look at that. Do you see the way it's using them as arms?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you do play, if you allow spiders to attack you for long enough, you will see that they do more than the stupid spit and bite thing. Like, they do use their arms to kind of whip you, but it is cool to see that they actually have the full stagger, and then they have the like 1 second paralysis for some other thing they have. Nice full stagger.
Wow, this is actually like a boss fight. I'm glad I don't have to fight it.
I think aren't they vulnerable to fire? If you switch to flames, I assume you do like a lot of damage, right?
Oh God, it still got me. Get away, ugly bastard.
Kisses.
I have a level up too. Oh, I have a power that detects immortals. Okay, that's cool. That's how they were finding me, I guess.
Oh, hey. Get us on.
Anyone around me? No. Get back! Oh, it runs from the fire. Wow.
That's really interesting. What we were talking about a minute ago. Oh yeah, about how like the wizard, the evil wizard that will destroy the universe, like just stays in his cave until you go in there and hit the button.
Oh.
Yeah. Like that's been a consistent feature of pretty much like, you know, every game come out unless it's part of the main storyline that's scripted in a certain way.
It
like
actually
you
is.
said, or
Wow,
part-
this is weird. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm surprised that it does this. It really actually is scared of the fire. That's a really cool interaction. I'm gonna get more magic, and let's see
Another
if I can.
mod that does that with oh yeah, with it makes like other like wolves and stuff. Torch and makes certain wild animals run away from you if they don't like the fire. So I don't know if it's the same mod that does this, but that was
It
remarkable.
doesn't look like it has a fear effect on it either. Like it's not glowing with like the illusion fear. So
They're packages you can put on it that you can put on stuff that just like make them flee from. You know, there's actually like a package template called Flee From, where you can make it run away from people, or you could cast a silent fear spell. Like there are a couple cases when I wanted to.
yeah, I just know. I'm just saying it's pretty cool how they went the extra mile to make it do that, because it always takes you out a little bit when you see like an illusion effect when you're casting fire on something. Like I think that's very common that happens in that one big perk mod. I forget what it's called, but it added a bunch of perks. It's like it was pretty much the first of its kind to be so expansive with perks. I forget what it's called.
There are quite a few out there. It's not Requiem, but there's something else.
No, it's just perks.
Perseus
and-
Maximus and a couple others, right?
What are some other ones? I'll know the name if I hear it, but
I mean, I've seen dozens of perk overhauls, so I'm familiar with them all. And I'm always impressed by the subtleties people introduce with them, and I really enjoy watching playthroughs that have those there. But again, like I don't really. It's weird to be a developer that doesn't really play the game, where I'm just kind of hyper focused on the development. It's like the creation aspect in the game is my main goal, opposed to.
You over here.
The whole like start to finish, like replaying the entire game front to back with
Yes. Help me
the
down and
new
I'll show
mods
you.
installed.
Does it look like I can move? You have to cut me down first.
There was some mod that actually makes this guy a potential follower too. Like if you free him, he's not a total jerk. Which is like,
Don't leave me for arcade's sake.
yeah, I was curious why they never.
bye.
Later.
Help me. Help.
It's funny to just leave him.
Speaking of Bleak Falls Barrow,
Yes, I should
Just, you
get
know,
him.
this is this like iconic location that everyone knows and goes to. I know there have been mods that overhaul this place significantly. I'm thinking of maybe making this a you know nail him right there.
I can't get him.
It's coming
Yeah.
loose. I can feel. Never should have come here. What?
So
I should probably get
Listen.
that first.
yeah.
I want to see if I.
Get me out of here.
He said, "Get me out of here."
Dropped out of the Alias Snake Quest that he was part of, and now he's just gonna go chill.
He's covered in webs still.
Get me out
Funny.
of here.
Have a drink.
Get me down. Get me down. You'll
It's
never
seconds
get the
of your
claw.
dialogue.
You'll never get the claw.
He's saying you'll never get the claw.
Yeah. Poison went to his brain for sure, so yeah. But I was thinking of making Bleak Falls Barrow a place the player might want to return to put, but for multiple factions. So I was thinking maybe
like the looks of this.
like some kind of vampire faction takes this over at some point. Maybe by the time the player hits level 40, they get a vampire faction here, and player hits level 60 to put an actual dragon faction here, like a new dragon cult with living members and not just a dragger and a dragon.
That'd be cool.
But I meant like I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily make them go all the way into the barrow. Like I wouldn't make them go through all the catacombs and stuff like this again. Obviously because it's incredibly linear. I mean the final boss chamber is a pretty memorable, iconic spot. They did a great job in setting the stage with the lighting, the atmosphere, even just the space.
Wonder how Fendel's handling all that I left behind. You think he's
You need to be
okay?
like-
I think he's okay.
Considering he's protected, yeah, I think he'd be fine.
But I mean, like, mentally.
No, I think he's been mentally screwed for quite some time. So the spider bit his face off like 57 times. I think, yeah.
Why he's not looking?
One will know.
I hate this kind of sense that enemies have an omnipotence almost, unless you have like a high sneak, then they have no sense at all. That's
Yeah,
always what it
it's
feels like.
It's very all or nothing again, right? We were talking about all or nothing with illusion spells and like frenzy, right? Either like you can frenzy everyone in case you win without lifting a finger, but you can't frenzy everyone and you're dead, right? Like there's a middle ground where there's like
And it's so low
10%
too that
chance.
I forgot
Go
how
ahead, sir.
big this fucking place is.
Yeah, it goes on for some time. And thankfully there aren't too many like locked doors you gotta pick stuff. And,
Yeah.
it is a sizable location. The claw thing.
It's my Squizzard vision. That's another name for Kim. I forget. I think it's Kim, not Chim. I'm pretty sure it's not. How do I forget.
It's like you have to mouse over the actual claw, and then like you can roll, and then like you do the mouse wheel up to zoom in.
Bear Moth Owl. I felt so smart when I figured out that you had to look at the actual item. It felt almost like a fourth wall break.
Well,
Like,
yeah, it was a nice little subtlety they put in the game, right?
yeah, and they say why would the combination be on that? They say it's because because it's not designed to keep people out of going in there. It's designed to keep them in, which makes sense because there's no accessible way to open it from the other side. So if you were stuck in there, then you can never open it unless you have the claw and you input the claw's password. So how'd you get anyway? Which it does make sense lore wise because you would have to not only have a claw that fits, but then you'd have to guess the password if it was a fake designed to fit in there. So I think it's pretty secure.
I agree. There's a lot of that angle that people kind of.
I guess I'll get the magic words, whatever.
You're gonna overlord that there. You're kind of strong just for your level, 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The market price of Dragonstone increased by 1 because of supply.
That's like I said. I'm actually a big fan of economics mods. Like I think nearly the whole of Skyrim revolves around the kind of Diablo, the explore, kill, loot kind of cycle. And there's definitely a lot to be said that you can do a lot more sophisticated and subtle builds in here than Diablo. Like if you pick a Diablo character, you have a handful of options. I know they have a big class tree, but if you read any wiki, like this, there's a handful of optimal choices you can make, and if you mix and match differently, then like
It won't be as efficient.
It just you are like objectively less good at beating a level, right? Because you chose that combination thing. So
You can't be a jack of all trades after all.
right, and like I get it. I get no matter what system you create, it's gonna have some kind of optimal combinations. I get that, but I guess like I like the opportunity in Skyrim because it's like and maybe it's just the feel of it, right? It feels like such a more rich game because you can craft stuff and the crafting system is relatively deep, and that there are perks that are tied in with crafting, right? So it's this opportunity of creation. I like that idea of of what you make with your own hands. Not just
I'm the commander of the guard.
Right? Yeah, not just something you have to go kill a random monster and pull off their corpse. You can actually create this stuff on your own. Like I like that idea and how it brings depth to the game.
My boys
You
will
can
keep you
you know,
safe.
even
Don't you
get
worry.
skill in blacksmithing and stuff. So I wish there were more things that impacted the economy, or there were more things that were like there's a unique faction, not even a faction you can necessarily.
Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls
Something
Barrow.
more
Seems yours
inconsequential
got
to the
above the
player
usual brutes
that
the
still
arm sends my way.
exists in that sort of realm.
That is what.
Yeah, so like I mean the silver hand is a great example, right? Like you could go through, you could never do the companions quest if you don't want to, and like the
But you
silver
can
hand.
never be on the silver hand because it's just not something that could ever align with the player. It seems.
Right, the way that they've made it, unfortunately, like the default, the vanilla silver hand is just like this kind of rabid bandish group that just they're jerks. But like there's a little opportunity there for some storyline stuff. Obviously, they just ran out of time and money and stuff to build that entire thing out. But
And
like,
it also
how cool would it be?
helps. I guess it helps the narrative of the player. If they decide to join the companions, it would be weird to also look back and imagine a world where they join a silver hand, which basically is kind of like, I think it's just another almost equivalent of the vigilance of Sendar in a lot of ways. So
We should be taken to fight to the
Yeah, it's like I like
but it makes sense that there'd be multiple factions thinking the same thing, considering that people can go into groups and not all agree on the same thing. Like, it's kind of similar to how there's like so many different forms of Christianity in the real world, because there's things that people can disagree on, which is warrants creating a different group.
yeah, it's like humanity is always having things come together or splinter off, and it's like this endless cycle of these meta entities kind of cooperating and then disintegrating and, over and over again. And yeah, it'd be awesome if the choice weren't so kind of just like. Yeah, and I understand why they did it for again lack of time and stuff, but it's very black and white though. Like the companions are obviously like the good guys, despite the fact they have the werewolf thing, and the silver hand just try to like if you just look at them funny, they try to murder them. So it's like okay, well obviously the silver hand are bad guys, but like how cool would it be if the silver hand had like a blacksmith or something that made this is the only place you could get it, made these one of a kind like werewolf slaying weapons, not just a silver sword, but like some kind of like arcane like wolf's bane, like like
I like
werewolf
how there's
slayer.
that like how there's like that troll's bane weapon that's really weird that it
Yeah.
exists.
Exactly.
It's
like,
cool.
I mean, and trolls bane of course turned out to be like kind of
Yeah.
garbage. But like
But a full
mean,
like a Knight Templar that's designed to kill werewolves would be a badass thing to see. Just happen to spawn if you happen to be a werewolf and they tracked you down. And they brought out their heavy weaponry. If you've destroyed their faction before, if they sent out people to kill you and you've eliminated them, then why would they just do the same thing? They'd send out heavier people to try to take you out. It's like it's kind of like how like the bounty hunters in Skyrim, like they'll just be like, yeah, if you pay the gold, I'll get you out, and if you manage to kill them, there won't be like a bigger bounty hunter group that'll come to try to collect you. They'll just send the same guy again. It'll be the same random event that can occur.
right. And I mean, like, not to mega spoiler alert, but like I kind of have a layered thing planned with organic factions, where like there can be a faction that's going to make completely unique items that it will go around collecting information and doing its own research, and it'll end up making one or more artifacts that you will, as a player, will not have casual access to. You won't be able to fabricate it on your own. Only this one super talented researcher in this one narrow field will be able to make it.
And you're saying that technology could spread throughout a faction, and that could make them more effective at fighting you.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously I can. I am going to and already have created stuff where you can have a unique person that crafts an item spread that type of new item across the entire faction. That's absolutely that's already been demoed as part of the Organic Factions Lite and part of the original Organic Factions release that I had with the I did with just generic potions where like multiple people get potions now, and that makes them much more durable in battle. But I already
Which
have
is definitely really
stuff
cool,
planned out.
especially when they actually decide to use them.
Yeah, it really encourages the player. You have to burst them down. You can't do this like casual damage, and the guy's gonna linger with like 55% health.
And then run away, and he's like, oh, I guess I'll just chase after him in a straight line.
Yeah, none of that stuff. So
hey babe, you're at 50% health. Time to run at me and say, I yield, I yield.
Or like
Yes,
never should
honey.
have come here as you.
Never should have
punch the
come
kid
here
in
as you lose.
the
Never should have come here. I would have been a lot less embarrassed.
face.
No, get
Had a
back.
marvelous Sunday. I had a picnic planned. Why?
You want to know something embarrassing?
When they tried to make a run for it.
I probably haven't reached this far in the game in maybe a year now. There's an immortal. What the fuck? There's an immortal? Oh shit! That adds to tension a lot.
It kind of does. I'm glad you got Frost going, man.
I'm glad they're
Yeah,
helping
there we
me.
go.
Jesus.
Oh, dope. Yeah, light that fool up.
Well, there we
go.
are.
Cha.
I'm gonna be stuck in an animation, aren't I? While the dragon comes.
Suck.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm doing
Oh,
the
God,
Dragonborn pose.
I thought it didn't do it. It did it.
Don't mind me, guys.
It's like, hey, that looked kind of cool.
It's the same exact thing that's gonna happen when this dragon dies, and everyone's like, "That was so amazing! How'd you do that?" But when I did the same exact thing before, when I killed this guy and cut off his head, no one cared. It was only.
I mean, to be fair, they're kind of looking at the dragon, and I don't blame them for doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, the same magical explosion effect happened when I did it to that guy that ran after me.
Oh,
Oh shit!
oh, my face, my face.
Oh god, I'm not that hot anymore.
Burn.
It's speaking to me. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Ah! Try to overpower like a key battle. I think there is oh shit. I think there's this mod that adds magician battles, and one of the things that add like basically like what you're thinking would be like Harry Potter wizard duels where the magic like goes to the one side more than the other, and basically the person gets hit.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Which is very similar to what happens in Dragon Ball, which is funny because that's always what it makes me think of more than the Harry Potter thing. Did it heal, or did this
you
have a
reaching?
lot of health?
Yeah, I think he just had a lot of help. I didn't see him. Yeah, no, I've seen the clash thing. That was cool to have that as the clash as an option. But oh shit.
And it had a similar effect with there was a dragon version where if you shouted and a dragon shouted, then it would
That's freaking rad.
where basically you'd have a shout battle.
5 to the folks that made that. That's dope as hell.
Oh shit. This is like
Jeez.
oh shit.
Oh jeez.
It is not giving me a break. Jesus.
Do you have healing potions or spells?
Let me just use it. You are green, a la Kobold. I don't know why this guy is talking. I must have a mod or something, or is this just general? Is this what happens? I haven't seen this in a long time.
Let's talk at you for a minute, and then like when you kill him, he's all like, "Oh no, Dome Key!" But yeah, it's dramatic. Keel over. As I say.
He said, "Come on, fight back," and then that happened. Oh, he's healing. He's definitely healing. Holy shit! Look at that health.
Jeez. Oh, dude. Okay.
Is this possible to win?
At this level, maybe. I don't know, man.
This, I think. What the?
To do damage actor value, that will work on it. But by the way, kill won't work on dragons in the air because they're technically not on a nav mesh, so they can't receive certain types of events.
I think it
You do
still.
damage
I think it still works. It just won't. They'll just die when they land next time, right?
Yeah, it doesn't instantly. It doesn't
Yeah.
instantly kill them.
I always
They
wanted
have
it to. That would be. Can you do that with the damage thing?
No, it's basically the same thing, but like it'll register the damage though. Like if you do damage actor value, it'll register the damage immediately. Where kill, like it apparently does nothing, and then they land, crash, and die, right?
Which is so cool because and funny. It makes me imagine like the sound effect of like a plane like like landing in the ground.
I was amazed that they actually distort like the terrain when the dragons come in. It actually makes like this little furrow in the ground, and it's freaking awesome. Like they did a great job with that.
Oh yeah.
They're like kudos on the designers.
Oh sure.
Whoa!
That's cool.
Good dude. Just like
I don't
take
think
that.
we can kill this guy though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Not with the stuff you got, and with the collection of mods you have. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
That was an awesome landing.
Nothing. I don't know if I'm
Screw
selecting or not.
I see you console in there, yeah. If you might have to do the mouse wheel thing depending if there's like a smoke thing in the way. Here's a good chance. No, it worked, never mind.
It worked. It just wasn't.
Yeah, remember I said like it looks like it doesn't work and then it finally like registers after it does. Yeah, it's just
Those things are so heavy. It's funny. I'm the Dragonborn. Oh my god. Ugh. I am the Dragonborn. Look at me. I'm so powerful. Back!
I didn't murder you right away, right? Which very well.
Ah!
He didn't turn hostile, did he?
No, I'm just running away from him.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? Did he decide that it wasn't worth running after me to congratulate me for being awesome? Yeah, he just stopped. That's funny.
It's getting half your face burned off by a dragon will do that to you, right? Like, I don't feel so good. I'm not gonna
If
chase that guy. There you go. I forget it. Here we go again. When we're talking about the AI, right? Just a simple package thing where it's a conditional relative to a spot, and again, it's like hidden wouldn't do this. So like, why do you have your AI do this, right? Like, why?
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn. I'll take my leave then.
I can't believe it. You're the Dragonborn. I'll leave. Goodbye.
Those born with the dragon blood.
He doesn't know what to do anymore.
What are you doing that for? I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
He's so disappointed. Look at him.
They are just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the
Oh,
old
ow.
tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power.
They're talking a lot of lore. I don't remember all this conversation happening.
They say something about the Thum and that kind of
Tell us.
stuff.
Believe in all this Dragonborn business?
Some of you
I don't believe in any business.
It's like they look at the ground. Who are they talking to?
I don't need some mythical dragonborn.
So
Someone who can put
she
down a
registers as
dragon
alive
is
because
more
it's
than
talked to.
enough
She's
for
gonna
me.
kill you, dude. To do it.
You wouldn't understand, Housecar. You ain't a North.
I've been all across Tamriel. I'd advise you all
Trolls
to
are
trust in the
notorious for
strength
doing
of
this. If
your
you kill a
sword
troll and then
over
like
tales
resurrect
and
it, it'll just resurrect like
really
face
are
down. Like, it's
Dragonborn.
ridiculous.
It probably somehow managed to do a kill animation, but since she's essential, it didn't kill her. It probably threw her. And
Wow. There's if you want to try to unstick her, there are two ways to try it, and
I
one
don't-
is the push actor away, or you just want to leave her like that.
she deserves this fate. She'll probably fix herself upon loading in a cell or something. Anyway,
Probably. It's freaking amazing.
I love the physics too, because I think that should have been default, even though it leads to glitches and stuff. My favorite thing to do, I don't know if it's fixed by like realistic forces. I don't think I have that installed, but if you use 2 ice spikes and you're not fusing the casting, if you just use 2 ice spikes that aren't dual casted, then what happens is it puts so much force into the skeleton that it flings away as if a giant hit a person. It's great.
Oh yeah, I've seen with Ice Storm too. Ice Storm will do the same thing. Like it's
They said use the shout. Okay.
They say that what you just did must be. You really are Dragonborn then.
Well, I must be. You're right. This is phenomenal. Oh my god. I cannot believe this, good sir.
knock it off before you murder you,
I'm
right?
taking command here.
You're so cool. Can you stop it now, please? Jesus Christ.
There's that one guard Rifted who's like, "Could you stop shouting here?" Right? Like, he gets all pissy.
Watch it.
Now he's getting pissed. I'm sorry you didn't make
Oh,
it,
that guy
sir.
didn't make it.
Rip. Didn't get to see
Guy got
awesome
all
me.
bitten and shaking around, right? Whoa, you're like,
Speaking
what
of
the
shaking around,
I'm taking command.
Dude, you should put some techno music on this shit, right?
Head back to Whiterun. Let the Jarl know what happened.
What is even happening?
oh god, I love the unique glitches that happen in this game.
Yep.
I'm taking command here for the
Ooh, Skyrim.
It was
We're gonna
nice.
take off in a minute, unfortunately, but
All right.
It's pretty late for you, isn't it? Like getting towards midnight, right?
Yeah. But I haven't had this fun playing Skyrim in a long time, so
Likewise, thank you so much for the invite. It's been great to chat.
it was nice. It
And
was nice having you. I hope to have you again. Maybe we can continue this. Maybe it could be a series or something. You know. Maybe we could beat
if
the
you're
whole game together.
right, if Earlith ever gets
With
her
the
torso
Squizzard.
halfway out of the ground again, right?
Yeah.
I think we need her for that next part of the quest to finish it up, right? So we'll see if she.
I mean, this is
she
definitely
comes
going to be
in.
multiple parts. I can't upload all these hours as one thing, but I mean, maybe we can continue. Dovahkiin. But yeah,
All right.
speaking of the chosen one and all that, but it was really nice having you. I hope to do more content with you eventually. Maybe we can, maybe eventually, if you ever don't have the potato, we could do multiplayer and just test your mods without any of the crazy mods and see how they function in multiplayer. You know?
Yeah, it'll probably be a little while yet before I get the big rig back up and running in, but I'll definitely let you know when I do. I'll
All right,
be freaking happy.
sounds
as hell,
dope.
but-
I'll always be on Discord. I'll link my Discord server in the description if any of you want to check it out. EtherDynamics is there too, but don't ping them or being annoying to them because that would be mean.
Yeah,
But
honestly, I'm seldom on Discord anyway. I usually only get on if I have like a scheduled time I'm gonna meet with someone in there. Otherwise, I have some spam bots that have already bothered me, so I just kind of leave that thing alone generally.
I think you can turn off allowing direct messages from people. You can just turn it off in general and only allow things to message you if you talk to them, basically.
Oh, cool.
I can help you setting it up because it'd be very cool to be able to talk with you on Discord more because that's basically my main thing. I had a whole conflict with Instagram. I used to be active there, but they kind of screwed me over. But
Oh, well, that sucks.
yeah, I liked how it still sounded cheerful when you said it. Oh well, that sucks.
I mean, honestly, with the way that I've seen a lot, like I don't know if you heard about the YouTube problem that Markiplier had a little while ago.
Oh yeah, they've been striking everybody left and right.
Where yeah, he had a big charity.
Yeah, and people got banned for spamming emojis in a charity event.
They were like, he was like, hey, whoever likes this, like, put a happy face. And people put happy faces, and YouTube like perma banned them for like doing exactly what was happening in that charity discussion thing. It was crazy. So, yeah, the people at the helm of some of these social media things and like the way they manage them, they're
They're just
really
so
do
out of
not
touch
have-
with their audience. Really, they don't understand. They treat it like more of a business, and we treat it more of a. Because the thing about YouTube, the viewer is not the person they're trying to entertain. The viewer is the product. Their attention is what they're selling to advertisers. So really, that's when you think about that, that makes a lot more stuff make sense because that's really how they're working it as a business. You are not who who they're making money off of. You don't make the money. You're not paying them. Advertisers make the money for when you view an ad forcefully. So
right. Yeah, it's the whole third
so
party advertising
you're
model.
the product.
I'm the one. you and I are the ones making the products that they that they then
Not
use.
really us. We're not monetized, so they don't care about us. We're just a nuisance to them basically. But the big creators want to make money. If they're not making money for them, then they're just another nobody like us. They don't care.
Well, I mean, like that's the ironic thing is that I mean they are a business. I understand they're running it like a business.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
It's just
incredibly
such a
poor-
harsh business way to run the business as well as it's such a disconnect because of the way the platform used to be. And it's I know it's like all like imagining back to better times and thinking about things, but like it's just nice to reminisce on when people weren't the product for YouTube basically because even with Instagram, speaking of them, they kind of screwed me over even after I paid money for ads because I wasn't a big advertiser. They've really just they said I was like botting to get followers or some shit. Like if I was botting to get followers, I would do it much cooler way than whatever they think I'm doing. But like I don't care enough about the platforms to like bot to get followers. They banned me for like a week from doing any action pretty much except for posting stories. So that's how I announced that I was leaving the platform pretty much permanently. I didn't delete my account or anything because I still get notifications. I don't get notifications really, but in case I get a message from about something important, like some business contacted me about like some sort of partnership or something, I forget, but I still keep it, but overall, they treat you like a product there too. It's just so sad to see that's how social media is, because that I guess that's the only way they can treat it if they want to make money, and that's their end goal,
Did it? You killed the
to
dragon.
make money. So
Yeah,
You
and
know
I mean,
my
there's
father?
nothing wrong with
He's a steward.
there's
you know,
nothing wrong with wanting your business to make money, but it just feels so harsh compared to the way things used to be, you know.
yeah, I completely agree with you that there have been some very blunt instruments used, some very
We're looking for
blunt
someone
business
in Whiterun.
decisions used,
We'll
like the
pay
one
good
that
money for
YouTube
information.
banned these completely innocent participants in that in Markiplier's stream. That was just an incredibly broad stroke with not a lot of finesse, not a lot of
There's been talk
investigation,
amongst the
not a lot of
guards
forethought
that you
going,
are
and they really punished
Dragonborn.
completely innocent people acting in a completely innocent way because they used a simple policy and a simple idea. It sounds like that you suffered the same problem, was that you did some very I don't I don't see you as a guy who would go out and bot stuff, but because of some kind of blunt um, you know unsophisticated way they analyzed your behavior, they labeled you as if you were, and you're like, that's not true, sir or madam, and then they weren't sophisticated enough to really pivot on that or to really react to it. So I completely agree that
Because
there's
Because while
there's
I'll admit that as a joke on posts in the past, I like I looked at those like free like botting like things that were just for jokes, but it said but it specifically stated that I bought it for followers, and it didn't reference any post or anything, any likes. So if they wanted to ban me for that, that was against their policy or something, then whatever, fine, I don't care. But like, but if they're gonna ban me and not even know the reason they're banning me, and for something that was years ago, because that was probably like back in 2017 that I did that. So if they're just getting around to that now, that makes me really worry about their platform. But because I'm,
it sounds go ahead, sorry.
oh, you can go on. I wasn't. I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it just sounds like like again that was their if it all came together as you described, it sounds like they just had a very broad set of terms they used to search and find people, and their criteria were so broadly defined that it would catch basically a lot of false positives. You were not a bot, right? So the fact they flagged you as a bot is a false positive. So if they flagged you as someone who was botting, is a false positive. And then they didn't they didn't control themselves. They didn't do further research. There was just kind of like immediately penalize, immediately act upon it without going back and researching their own findings, right? And I completely agree with that. Like
I'm
that's a
surfing
bad
now.
policy. That's a bad policy all around.
Yeah.
I should say I don't agree with her decision. I agree
Mm.
with you that that's a bad decision. Oh, you're freaking moonwalking, right? Moonwalking forward. It's a bad decision all around when you take the sophistication out of your internal business metrics. When you do, oh, awesome, you like do like down thrust. So yeah,
Don't do that.
I do hope that things do get better and we can
God
figure
might
stuff
get
out.
nervous.
And yeah, but I mean generally I'm not
Approaches with
on
his
Discord
weapon drawn.
unless I have an appointment. But I'm always happy to chat on. People can find me easily on the Nexus
Oh, yeah,
or
I'll definitely link your Nexus account there. Nexus Messenger sucks. Just as a warning for all of you, that maybe if they made like an app for like cell phones that's just focused on the Nexus Messenger, that would be worthful. I thought someone would have programmed something like that that lets you access that in a way, but no, so nobody's made that. So Nexus really doesn't fundamentally work as a messenger, which is whatever. It doesn't have to be
yeah.
because it's not their main goal, I guess. But
And generally, like I do a lot of asynchronous stuff. I can, generally speaking, I'm only available like after I finish work. It's like way late at night, and I kind of sneak in like an hour or half an hour here or there, work on projects or check mail. And I'm still playing catch up with the big backlog. But yeah, no, I'd be happy to chit chat with folks. Thanks again for all your time and effort. Much appreciated.
it
Great
was
chatting with you. Thanks
it
for
was so
hosting.
great to have your time, and I genuinely really hope we continue this because this is probably the most fun I've had playing Skyrim for a long time, probably years at this point.
Likewise, I haven't actually gone in on it like been there for a playthrough in forever. So this is awesome. So I have five to Squizzard, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Squizzard
tell you what,
says.
just for some super secret information, let's stop the recording now because I actually want to give you a little heads up on what's coming up my schedule that I don't want to have necessarily as public information.
All right.
Steepling fingers.
Hey, tccasanova here. Hope you enjoyed season 1 of the Dynamics of Squizzard. Season 2, episode 1 is coming out in 2 weeks from now. But I hope you enjoy some of my other Skyrim content. If you like Skyrim content, I have a Skyrim challenge video I did where I tried to beat Skyrim with only fusion. So if you want to check that out, and in the meantime, should be a video right there on the left where that should be a video you could want to watch, and on the right it should be my latest. And hope you enjoyed the season and the video. Bye.